Hey, thanks for joining us for this Roll for Crit coverage of Gen Con 2021. In this video, we're going to be talking about Thunderworks Games. You may know them for their role player series. We are huge fans of all the games in that line. However, we're here to talk about something a little bit different called Cape May. This is based off the town in New Jersey that we love, of course, at least the state. We haven't been there too much. But in this game, you are actually building it up. So you will play as sort of the entrepreneurs who are going to be moving around the board, buying spaces either for residentials to build up into Victorian households or shops to build up into bigger shopping districts. You'll also be moving around not only to collect birds for some set collecting, but you're also trying to make sure that you're able to block your opponents, maybe build in specific areas, as it is divided up based on the terrain. Afterwards, everyone is gone. You'll actually move through the seasons, where not only will you gain your income at certain places, but draw real-life events. These can be great things such as rewarding players who have built specific buildings and places, or maybe bad things such as fires.
Yeah, fires are bad. First of all, I just want to jump in and say, I don't know that just personally I love New Jersey. It's just where we happen to live. I just wanted on record that my relationship with New Jersey is up for debate. But that being said, it is based in Cape May, where I've been at least once, so that's kind of neat. It's this, New England beachside kind of a town, and this is an interesting game. We only got to play like a round. We just got some quick impressions of it, figuring out how it works. But you have your own little piece, so you're not just building wherever you want. You have to match it up to where your person is moving around the board, and sometimes there will be arrows, so you can only go in certain directions that branch off. And you'll also have personal goals, so you may want to build in specific places. For instance, I had one that wanted me to have the most cottages or residential houses in, actually I think it was the more advanced versions of those, in gravel or grass. And it was interesting because, gravel is a place where you don't get as much income to start, but it helped me for my overall goal. So that's kind of maybe an example of the sorts of decisions you'll be making, your own personal goals versus just where are going to make you the more money. Because of course, the closer to the beach side for the residential, people are going to like that. You're probably going to get more income from that.
You want that beachfront property.
I thought this was an interesting departure for Thunderworks Games. They do have other titles, but in the past few years, so much of their focus has been on the role player world, which is a fantasy universe, and we love that, but it's cool to see something from them that has a very different vibe, a very different atmosphere. A couple of people were playing this before we came and were really interested in it, and were talking about how they thought like their parents would love this game. And I think this is the kind of game, it gave me the vibes in a good way, and let me finish, of something like Monopoly, where the boardwalk, Atlantic City, everybody can relate to like what's real estate. Like everybody understands on some level what that means. I think this has a similar approachable theme to it, that it's not some weird concept. It's like, I have money, I'm buying property, I know how it works. I think it will be a good game for
next step.
Accessibility.
I think maybe like that. It's like if you enjoyed some of the elements of Monopoly, this may be your next logical leap, because it has the sort of gaining properties in certain areas in order to increase your income, but it's done in a much more interesting way. You don't have to roll dice and just hope you never get into jail or something like that.
Yeah.
You actually get to plan out buildings in a very interesting pattern, and of course, because you have personal goals, one, you don't know what's going on, so that way you don't think someone's just running ahead in the lead with points usually. But that means you also, each game you're going to be forced into a different strategy, which means more replayability.
Yeah, and there's also no trading in Cape May or anything like that. But Cape May from Thunderworks Games, we enjoyed our brief time with it, and I'm excited to find out more about it. I believe it's available for pre-order right now on their website. If you do that, you get a free expansion and free shipping. I think they have some bonuses on there. So if that sounded good to you, check it out and let us know in the comments if it sounded good to you.
You've been watching Roll for Crit's coverage of Gen Con 2021. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all our patrons on Patreon for supporting us as well.
Yeah, we're going to have exclusive coverage of Gen Con at patreon.com/rollforcrit, or you can find us right here on YouTube at our podcast. All that stuff is at rollforcrit.com/GenCon. You don't want to miss it.